been balling on court like I play for the Clippers. I'm on your sides with a gun in my hand, and I'm itching to bang. Don't see none of you niggas. Watch how you walk up when I'm off the liquor. Bro, I forgot I'm a rapper. I almost took off his face, he just wanted a picture. I really don't lie in the booth, and they wanna know the truth, so I'm feeling like Digger. I'm a big dog, beef and puppies. Young boy days, I was feeling like suspect. 24 shots in their ends like Kobe. Hit up their Brody, that's why they upset.
Welcome back to another episode of the Ball Don't Lie podcast.
Back. Another day.
Clean my glasses.
Another day of basketball. Where do you guys want to start?
Where do you want to start?
We didn't get to talk about Kyrie Irving going down. I think that's probably the biggest news that's happened so far. Him tearing his ACL on Ramadan. SMH, no fasting Kyrie for us this year. But yeah, I guess wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that and what the Mavs should do next, because their whole roster is basically injured, and Nico Harrison cursed the team after that Luka trade. So, what do you think the Mavs should
for the
do
next
now
30 years?
in the season? Huh?
I said he doomed them for the next 30 years.
I think they should hire an assassin to come kill Nico Harrison.
He has the National Guard.
That's their only option at this point.
He definitely has security
at his house.
Amen.
Now he definitely.
They might need to get Luigi on that case, bro. They might need to pull him out of prison.
Oh God, free him. He got another job to do.
Do you guys think that he kind of underestimated how big of a effect this trade would have?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't.
There's no way he thought that it would be this bad.
I think no, I don't think so. I think they didn't think it would be this bad. I think it's only worse because AD got hurt in the first game that he played, and Kyrie tore his ACL. And you traded away another part of the trade that we didn't talk about is you traded away Quentin Grimes, who just had like a 40-point game for the 76ers too, which makes it look even worse. So you trade away all the young guys that you were going to get for all these win now players like Caleb Martin, AD, Kyrie, and all of them are injured and haven't played for you guys. So it's like it looks even worse, the fact that they're hurt, and you claim the reason you traded guys like Luka was because you couldn't trust them to stay healthy. That's what makes it worse, in my opinion. I think if the trade had, happened and they played together and they look good, the backlash wouldn't be as much because you'd see the product on the court, be like, okay, we still have a chance this year. But the fact that none of those guys are on the court, it just makes it 10 times worse.
Yeah, the irony with that.
Yeah, I think it was cooked after the 80. Like, I think the Kyrie stuff is just like kicking a dead horse. You know what I mean? Like, I think that it was. Considering AD is like, I know he still doesn't really have a timetable. I know he's being reevaluated. Like, eventually.
They're talking about shutting him down now because there's no Kyrie.
They're saying they probably shut him down for the rest of the year because there ain't no point to keep him.
Yeah, there's no point. But yeah, I think that after the AD stuff and then coupled with the success of the Lakers, I think that it was cooked, and then because he was already at a fever, you know what I mean, fever pitch by the time that happened, even before the Kyrie injury. Oh, let's call LeBron. And then, but it's just like after the Kyrie injury, it's just like it's kind of, and it almost is like the curse, you know what I mean? Because they're already down bad, and now it's just like it's like he just angered the basketball gods by just allowing a trade so like easily too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the way the trade happened and everything is just there has to be some type of basketball karma. Even though this is my team and I'm happy we got him.
Yeah,
the situation itself was still like completely unprecedented, like, you know.
Yeah, I honestly think that this is probably going to be the worst sports decision in like history because an ACL injury, like Kyrie's out for a whole year,
till
and then
probably like next All-Star, probably. Yeah,
it's going to take him over a year to actually get fully healthy. And then Anthony Davis is not going to carry your team to a championship. Klay Thompson is washed. You don't have enough pieces to win now. And then it takes Kyrie, even if Kyrie comes back, it's going to take him like a whole nother year to get reacclimated because of how he plays the game of basketball too. And so you're having Kyrie in his prime right now, depleted all the way into something that he has to work himself up to. So the window is already closed. I don't even think they have a championship window anymore from the trade that they try to make. And yeah, I think it's probably the worst decision in sports now because what are you going to do? Like, you're not going to trade any of these pieces because you want to justify the trade that you made for Luka, and then you're not going to win a championship with this roster because you obviously don't have enough talent to do so. So it's like a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, I think I think they're gonna have to I think they're gonna try, but
what can you get?
I don't
though?
think they're gonna blow it up yet. I think they'll still take some years for them to actually, unless Kyrie just leaves or somebody wants out. But
he was
I
up. He
think
was
they're
due for
gonna
an
try for a
extension
couple
this
of
year.
years.
He's due for an extension this year, but you're not going to pay him obviously because of the injury. Or maybe you do. I don't know how. Nico Harrison is not the smartest
He
guy.
probably,
So.
honestly, he might, because he might have to just bank his future on him,
They
because
have
right
to
now
pay
it's
him. What do you mean?
yeah,
They don't. They
it'll be
traded all these
tragic for
guys. They
them
didn't even get.
Yeah, it would be
Is
completely
that me
tragic for them
lagging?
to do that.
Am I lagging? Hello?
No, you good.
All right. Well, I didn't hear what you said, Bess.
He said he didn't hear what you said.
What
Can
happened?
you hear us? I said, what did you say? I can hear you.
I think. Hold up. I think I'm lagging. Give me a sec, bro. I can barely hear. Like you guys are.
In and out.
Yeah, he was lagging.
Okay. Could you hear what he said?
I probably forgot already.
But
Because the game's it's a 1-point game now.
oh, yeah, good for Luka. But I was talking about the window for AD's not young, so it's gonna take him the amount of time it's gonna take Kyrie to first of all get back on the court, and second of all get back to where he was this year. It's gonna take around 2 years, and that's your window is already kind of done without him. So you're gonna
That's
have
what
to
I'm
trade
saying.
to get pieces for AD, but the West is so tough right now. They're not gonna
Yeah.
have enough,
Yeah, I don't think they have a chance of being good enough anymore. I think that's why I
And they
said
did
I
with
think they're gonna
Luka.
try. I think they're gonna try, but I don't think it's gonna go very well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gonna go down as the worst trade in sports history.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think with the aftermath, yes, for sure. Let's fucking go, LeBron.
Especially with how the Lakers are doing now. And then Luka playing harder than usual too.
Yeah. He's playing better on defense. He's looking more athletic. It's just everything is just going against the Mavs at this point.
Yeah, because a trade like that kind of changes not your personality, but who you are as a person and makes you want to play harder or change the way that you do things because you want to be better for revenge to the person that actually traded you or didn't believe in you. So.
Yeah, I think that he's definitely oh, I don't know if that's a foul. He's definitely obviously re-energized, but just remotivated. You know what I mean? I think he was already motivated because just I think that's what makes it worse is that I don't think that he had a lack of motivation. I think that he's been playing through injuries for years. He's had that bleeding knee forever. It's hard to really it's hard to stay in shape and all that if you're still hurting. You're not gonna want to work out as much or as hard.
I don't think
You're
it's
gonna
a
play your games.
lack of motivation, but more of he gets more motivation from it. He's already motivated to try to win because he obviously went to the finals last year, but the team trading you and not believing in you gives you even more motivation to be better,
Yeah. So I think that's why I think he's just gonna. I think this is the setup. You know what I mean? It's almost honestly the setup for one of the next NBA greats kind of type shit. You know?
Yeah.
It's gonna be when we're gonna look back on Luka's career. It's gonna be dude, it was so crazy. You know what I mean? That's gonna be one of the defining moments of this era.
Yeah, the
Because I think that obviously if Luka's on the Lakers, they're gonna. I see us winning more chips. You know what I mean? In Luka's tenure, as long as they build the right teams and JJ's still there and all that shit, he's gonna, even if he doesn't win more and more chips, he's gonna be an NBA great, Lakers legend, whatever.
And
then we're gonna look back. Yeah, and we're gonna look back it was just insane that he was traded to the Lakers for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those moments that that niggas look back on.
Yeah. I feel we can transition to how good the Lakers have been with Luka. 7-game winning streak.
As we watching them potentially come back. Man, I can't even describe. I was really optimistic before the Luka trade because I thought we were gonna make a trade for a big, AD was playing good. He started sitting. We were still winning games. It was kind of like we were gaining momentum already. And then it was kind of like we got the trade at the perfect time because we were gaining all that momentum. You know what I mean? Like we had just got DFS. We had noticed how good we were with DFS. We just got Vando back. It was kind of like we were getting re-energized, and then we got Luka. You know what I mean? Just inserted into that.
Yeah.
And obviously there was questions. You know what I mean? Going into it, obviously you never know how things are going to really work out. But yeah, I mean, I think that I was one of the early people saying that with chip contenders off the rip. People were like, "Oh, I don't know. I think next year, you know, like that was like the consensus opinion was like next year was the window." But I think that right now is obviously the consensus that, you know, we're at least contenders, if not like, you know what I mean. Some people have us coming out the West now because of how good we've been playing.
Some you or
No, I mean it's just some and Kendrick Perkins and Chris Broussard.
Yeah.
Obviously Nick Wright. He's a LeBron dude.
Yeah. I don't even think it's like Luka's the reason. I don't even think it's like Luka's the reason why you guys are winning. It's been LeBron. He's turned it up to another level. 40, insane.
And on defense,
I don't know who motivated him to start playing at this level again, but he's been hooping like he's freaking 26. I saw a stat graphic of him compared to his Miami Heat MVP days, and he's averaging better stats than that right now at 40 years old.
Yeah, he's since turning 40, he's averaging better stats than his MVP season.
Yeah.
Like he's
playing
crazy defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad niggas is watching. I'm glad niggas can finally get some defensive props. I've been saying he's a good defender.
Yeah.
I think it's just in the same way that Luka's re-energized. I think that it just brings like a new breath of life because it's just like AD for all he was, like, you know what I mean? He's still a top 75 all-time player.
Yeah.
But Luka is just like, you have to like game plan almost like way more around him. Like, and then you have to swarm him. And then when LeBron is your second man, like when LeBron is legit the second man, even though he hasn't really been the second man every game, but it's just like he's better than every single number two in the entire league. By far, it's not even close. You know what I mean? Like the gap between him and the next number two is like a whole player. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he just won Player of the Month too. He's been hooping like he's definitely like we had conversations about him being a top 10 player in the NBA. Right now, he's definitely top 5 to top 3. The way that he's not carrying your team, but he's putting you guys in better positions to the point where he looks like 2018 LeBron, Miami Heat LeBron. Like he's using his
crazy
athleticism, and I want to see how it translates in the playoffs. But right now, like nothing but respect to him. I definitely he's definitely still not my GOAT, but he's like creeping towards like he's solidified number 2 for me for sure. I could say that he's definitely had the best career long term, but in terms of peak, it's still Jordan for me, like a peak of years. But longevity and the way that he's just playing 50,000 points. Like you will never see anything like this again. You just got to give you respect.
Yeah, never. It's like not even. I don't think it's gonna be like even possible really in the modern era. Like
it really won't be. Like
no one's gonna play.
He's playing back to backs at 40 years old, dropping 40 points on the second end of back to back to win games. He's locked in like never before, bro.
And I think that like having a happy Bron, you know what I mean, having a happy Luka is like when you can see that they're having like hella joy playing basketball. That's when it's just like the scariest to like play against them. You know what I mean? It's like when they're just in a flow. You know what I mean? In like that flow state. If you got 2 of them niggas in there, it's just like if they both get going in the game, you're never gonna win. And then you have to
Luka hasn't even like reached his full potential yet. He's still coming back from the injury, and chemistry is still like being put together.
And we lost AR and Rui for some time. Like AR finally came back this game, but we're still missing Rui. Like we saw how good we were with all 4 of them because it's just like offensively, it's like unmatched at this point. You know what I mean? Like in terms of like, it's not even like we have the best. And we may have the best starting 5, but not besides Celtics. I'll say the Celtics and the Cavs probably better starting 5s just as a whole. But
OKC too.
It's like OKC too, I guess. But the way you have to guard them, especially when it comes to the playoffs, like how it's going to slow down, I feel like there's nobody who maybe the Celtics are going to be able to take advantage of like playoff basketball as well as the Lakers. You get me?
Yeah, I'm really excited for this playoff run, especially to see how you guys' team looks.
Yeah, because having two people who could do everything is just like you can't really. You got to double one of them, and you can't double both. You know,
Yeah,
like
some matchups are going to be interesting to see for sure.
yeah. So I think that I honestly think yes, it's going OT. But I honestly think that like although the OKC, I think that I still think it's like an experience thing when it's going to come to the playoffs.
Mm.
Like I think that they're gonna not get exposed because they're a great team and great teams lose too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I think that they can also play great and still lose. But it's just yeah, I think that it's just if the Lakers can keep defending this way, like in the length that they have, if their offense, like I feel like their offense is in the playoffs is going to be next to unstoppable. You know what I mean?
yeah. That's
Like
my biggest surprise for the Lakers is like not really surprised, but like my biggest improvement, I guess, from last year is the defensive end. Like how JJ Redick's taking out the full
yeah,
potential from you guys, or maximize the full potential from you guys to actually have Braun playing defense and engaged, and Luca playing defense. I see him squatting down and like playing actual defense too.
hell yeah,
It's pretty crazy. The schemes that he puts the players in to succeed is like night and day from Darvin Ham. I keep seeing memes on
literally,
Twitter
dude.
about people
I love it.
talking about Darvin Ham back
I
to back.
know, dude.
It's
It's
been
like I
hilarious.
seen the one where because Pat Bev, that's why.
Mm.
You see,
Yeah,
Pat
Pat Bev
Bev
was
said,
talking about it.
yeah. That nigga said, he said that like he was real motivational, but nobody want to hear that. Like we need to see the X and O's. He was like,
Exactly.
he said that shit don't win nothing. He was like, we need to see the X's and O's. We got to know what to change. Like he was
Yeah.
like, because he said that Darvin Ham was the type. He's the type of motivator where it's like, if something's not working, like you know what I mean, like just keep going at it. Like we'll get it, type shit. And he's like, nah, nigga, you got to make changes. Like,
You see
like that's not how you coach.
the clipboard means foul without or contesting
Yeah,
without fouling. You just
contest
written on
without
the
fouling.
clipboard.
Oh, and he said that he explained that one clip. It's because they asked Pat Bev about the one clip where he was remember when it had like there was like the long timeout and it just had the names and then he was like trying to draw a play and then he
Yeah.
just wasn't like he didn't have nothing to draw.
Yeah.
This nigga Pat Bev just started laughing and then he started explaining that like he didn't know like you know what I mean like
Yeah, what to do.
he was trying to motivate but he didn't have the X's and O's like that.
And
He
I
was like there
remember
was no play. He was like what are the plays? He was like that year it was give it to Braun to give it to AD. You know, I'm like, bro, like, I'm glad he should have been saying this before, but I'm glad we're getting vindication because the media people who are like, oh, Darvin Ham's a scapegoat, you know, Russ, like, it's just the same thing. It's just like, bro, like, we get that some Laker fans are crazy and they'll scapegoat people,
Yeah.
but it's like we're also just like harsh, you know what I mean? But it's not like
Yeah.
we're just not watching basketball. Like Westbrook was playing significantly worse than he had ever played, and then like even when he goes somewhere and plays better later they act like it changes how bad he was playing on the Lakers. He was just playing bad. Like it wasn't even like a
Yeah, I think they
thing. You know
didn't
what I
put him
mean?
in position to succeed there, in my opinion. They did
But
not utilize
still,
him correctly.
but he wasn't like he wasn't produced like
Westbrook.
he still had opportunities. He had hell opportunities. There was hella games where like niggas was hurt. There's hella games where they weren't hurt and he had they let him
Yeah.
try to run the floor. Like they wanted him to be essentially what Luka is. You know what I mean? Like
It's two different
essentially
play
that's what they
styles
wanted.
though.
Yeah, but he was still a all around point guard who could do it all, and he can shoot as well. Obviously,
He's
he can
not
score as
gonna
well.
get
But
like a center open looks. He's not gonna get AD open looks the way that Jackson Hayes is
nah, but
getting
he was
open
still a
looks
good
now.
what's it called? He was still a good passer. But either way, like they wanted him to handle the ball, but he was turning the ball over, breaking shot, like just it was just bad.
It's two
Same
different
thing
play
with
styles.
Darvin Ham. Like we could see the rotations, we could see the lack of schemes, we could see the lack of plays, and then people would just be like, "Oh no, you're just trying to scapegoat Darvin Ham." It's like no, like we're watching this nigga trip, like you know, we're
Yeah.
watching this shitty basketball, and then it's only until this year you see JJ, and then they were trying to discredit him with all the record stuff in the beginning of the year, and then all of a sudden it's quiet now, like
What do you got because you guys are
with like
losing?
the comparing the records throughout games.
I mean that's valid.
Yeah, but they stopped now.
Yeah, because he's winning. And
Exactly.
he's
Like
getting his praise.
certain pages just stopped talking about it once he started winning. But I think that it shows that JJ has. Oh my God,
What happened?
this nigga Doncic just hit some crazy shit. But yeah, like it just goes to show Darvin Ham was just not it. Like as a coach, I feel like you know for with all due respect, I feel like even with the Westbrook team, JJ would have been better.
You said what?
I see. Even with the Westbrook team, like the 2023 team, the 2022 team,
Yeah,
I think
he's just
I
better.
think JJ still would have been better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same here. He's a
He
better
would have.
coach.
He wouldn't. It may not have been as good as obviously we're looking at right now, but I think he would have put Westbrook into a little bit better position. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
I
he
agree.
would have found a way to make it work a little bit better than this because there was so much stuff that even as fans we could have seen change. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That we were begging him to stop playing Torian Prince and Cam Reddish 35 minutes a game, playing Austin Reeves 15. Austin Reeves, like if you look at what he's doing right now, imagine giving him 15 minutes last year. You know what I mean, or the year before.
Yeah, I agree. Darvin
And then
Ham was
Christie too. First year of Ham, it was AR until it became undeniable, and then last year it was Max Christie. He just refused to play him. Refused, like he just would not play him. And then he plays this year, and now he's a good role player on the Mavs. You know what I mean? Like solid
Yeah,
role
and
player.
then
He was getting up to be a solid role player for us. Like
what I liked earlier this year too was Redick benching D'Lo, like knowing that
oh
he's
yeah,
not going to fit on this team or the way that identity is supposed to be shaped, and then
yeah.
trading him right after, like he wasn't putting up with any of it.
That
So
trade was lucky a finesse too.
yeah, for DFS
He made DFS
and
alone,
shape.
him and then Vandal coming back made us a whole different team. Like
Yeah,
that
I'm
was
excited to
like
see
the
what you guys
turning
do.
point in my opinion.
I'm excited to see what you guys do in the playoffs.
Ooh,
It's almost that time.
it's almost
All
that
right,
time. I'm hype. I love April. April's
talking
where I
about
want to be.
another winning streak. Cavs are on a 12-game winning streak. You actually look like a legit team to win the championship. And I'm with the winning streak going on, I wanted to hear if you guys think they can actually win a championship this year, especially beating top teams. Like they aren't beating like low level teams. They beat the Celtics
Yeah, the Celtics.
this week. They're winning in different ways too. Donovan Mitchell and looking like a superstar. Everybody else, they're playing efficient basketball. Me personally, like I'm just waiting for the Cavs Celtics series because I actually think now with the way that they're playing that they can beat the Celtics. I still think the Celtics are going to win, but I think they have a chance at beating them. But it's going to be interesting to watch. But I think they're legit contenders now for sure. Beforehand, when they won like 19 straight at the beginning of the year, I was like, okay, maybe not. It's not a fluke, but maybe they're that like I didn't really think that
We've seen runs like to start seasons like that.
Yeah, we've seen
Like
runs
maybe
back
not
like
19-0, but we've seen crazy runs, and then people just like the Kings that one year or whatever year, or someone I forgot what year. Or some team had like dumb wins in the beginning and ended up being like
Warriors did. I think they started 25 or something, but we knew they were contenders going into the season. We didn't think the Cavs would be contenders going into this season. And seeing them perform the way they did, and then it's starting up another streak right now at the end of the year when it's like, okay, it's time to get serious. Makes me believe that they're a serious team, and they're like at the same level as OKC in my opinion. So that's how I view them now. Like if they get to the finals, I think they actually have a shot at winning it. And we're gonna have conversations about different people if that's the case.
Honestly, in my opinion, I would put them ahead of OKC just because obviously like I value experience, like I said, and I think that Donovan being their vet is like one, he's just like a cool dude, you know what I mean? Like I think he's a good vet and a good leader. But I think that we've seen him. Obviously, he's a playoff performer, playoff riser.
Yeah.
Like he's been performing in the playoffs, carrying teams through playoffs, the Jazz, like through, you know what I mean, since he got to the league. So I think that now that they're like everyone else has also improved, obviously. I think that this year, like this Cavs team is obviously not losing to last year's Magic. You know what I mean? Like they're much better, and I think that they're in position for him to like lead them properly. You know what I mean? Like he can lead them, but he also needs them all to go. You know what I mean? To go with them and follow suit. So
exactly. Because
I think that this year they're in a good position.
He'll show up. It's the others that I'm worried about because last year he struggled a little bit field goal percentage wise, but he put up the numbers to at least put him in a position to win the series. But then you have like the Jared Allens of the world, the Evan Mobley's of the world, not being prepared. Lights are too bright for them for the moment. So this year it's going to be different for sure. And then coaching is different as well. So their bench is actually pretty crazy too. Getting DeAndre Hunter was a huge help in me believing that they're going to chip. And then you also have what's that point guard, the white one?
It's not Wade. Wade's not there now.
Nah. forgot his name, but he's coming off the bench. That's really good. He's been really good for them.
I feel like I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, but
Yeah. I'm about to say Tyler Johnson. Is he playing?
Ty Jerome.
Ty Jerome. Yeah. Okay, Ty Jerome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was like I was close. Tyler Johnson, I was close.
Yeah. Yeah, Ty Jerome's
But,
been hooping too. They got a squad up there. I'm curious to see how they do it up against the Celtics. The Celtics have been taking games seriously too. They've been winning. I think that they've only lost to the Cavs in their last like 10 or something like that. That roster is still like deeper than
yeah, the
Cavs.
Celtics are just like you see what Peyton Pritchard had another crazy game. Like
and Derek
like,
White.
Yeah, their team is just like on crack. Honestly, it's just like
Bro.
it's a little bit. It's not like unfair. They built the team, I guess, but it's just like they're just 1 through 8 is kind of wild. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. If Jason Tatum wins another chip this year, do we have different conversations about him, or how do you feel?
It depends on how he plays. That was the main critique last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though
What if he like recreates the same playoff experience this year and it wins another chip? How do you feel about
if he doesn't win if he also loses the Finals MVP,
that'd be kind of crazy, huh?
That would be crazy. Like that would be definitely just used against him again.
Yeah, because you can't want to be the face of the league and not have not perform in the playoffs for certain moments and then not win Finals MVP, relying on your team too much. Like you gotta show up at least in the finals. Yeah, you have to show up in the finals at least once.
Yeah, you got to. Like you have to have good finals performances, or else it's just like.
Because even before 2022 with Steph, like he already had an MVP. We knew that he's the greatest shooter of all time. There was like a catalog with him with the championships. The only thing he needed was a Finals MVP. Jason Tatum doesn't have that kind of resume with him to say, okay, yeah, he's one of the greats before winning a Finals MVP. So he needs to kind of solidify that in the playoffs because of how strong his team is,
Yeah. I mean, it's just like it's like the team. It's a team. Like at the end of the day, chips are a team stat. You know what I mean? It is like one of the best examples of like chips is still a team stat.
Yeah, but because, I mean, basketball is more of you can if you're the best player in the world, you can take your team to a certain point. Like you can take them pretty far if you're really him. You can literally win 5v1s if you're really him. LeBron in 2018 is the definition of
but once you if you run into a good team, it's just like one person at the end of the day is not gonna, unless he literally has 50-10, you know what I mean, like 50-14 and 17. Like one man is not gonna beat the team. You know what I mean? Like
you have to
like even a 58-8, 51-8 couldn't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that team was the super team. That team with Kevin Durant and Steph.
That's what I'm saying. So no matter how good one dude is in general, like if you run into a good team,
it depends on the run.
A top tier team, obviously, but
because we saw Kawhi, Kawhi had help. You're obviously going to need some type of help, but Kawhi had help. Still did
Norman Powell.
Siakam was good, and Lowry was still good enough. But
he had a good team though. He was definitely the leader, but Siakam was good that year.
But I still think that one man can do it all to a certain extent if you really like that.
I think LeBron is the biggest example of that we've seen. But
so if Tatum actually does perform well and then wins another chip, do you think he'd be the face of the league or get that acknowledgement?
I don't know, man. It's like I don't want to say there's no going back because I guess you can regain aura, but sometimes you just aura locked for a bit, until I don't know. Yeah. You gotta do something. You gotta do something that naturally just gains your aura. He's over there trying to aura farm and makes it worse.
Exactly. The moments that he chooses to try to showcase stuff to the world is where he gets kind of cooked.
Yeah.
Some stuff is corny. Then you remember the Cavs. A good example is the Cavs game. It's get them out, get out of here, when they're up 25 and then they lose the game. He puts himself in a position to be clowned.
That shit had me crying, dude. Fucking
I know he's
talking about get out of here. Oh my god!
But to be fair, to his point, if you get a random player, let's say we get 1B and 1B or Anthony Edwards has his accolades at 26 and wins a championship and does what he does, we're gonna view them differently than we do like Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum just looked like he's not. People don't take him seriously
because they got more. It's the hard truth.
He's not lying, but I don't know. I'm starting to be on the Jason Tatum hype train. I think he should be the face of the league.
He's
what
good.
he's accomplished.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed. Like, you know what I mean? Chill dude, like good guy, has a child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's nothing like there's really nothing to hate on Jason Tatum as a person.
Yeah,
like,
plus he wants it too. Like not
it's just
like Anthony Edwards doesn't want it. Like John Morant doesn't want it. None of you guys want it.
Yeah.
LaMelo, like they're
And
just more entertaining
Celtics.
to watch. They're more like I don't know. You can relate to them more, I guess, as a person or a viewer. Like Jason Tatum is just like a bot.
Even if Jason Tatum were to go up and lose in the finals, if he like balled out and lost, I think that would help his aura. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he has to do something like crazy, like you know.
Dude, he's had top seasons, and I think he has the most points in a game 7 ever too.
Yeah,
it's just that like I don't know, he just doesn't hit the same as like other players do. So I'm gonna be paying close attention to it.
Yeah, I guess I'm definitely gonna like, especially during the playoffs, I'm gonna watch more. But
yeah, if he does it this year and he actually dominates, I'm team Jason Tatum. He'll be a top 5 player to me in the NBA, just off getting there and doing it again. Even
top 5,
like it depends on like it's context for sure of how he gets there. But he'd be a top 5 player.
5 is very like just the way the way it's going right now. Like people are like I don't know. Like there's just so many good people. You know what I mean? And so it's like Jason Tatum, like what he does is not like he doesn't do anything better.
And if he's showing up and winning championships, then
he just doesn't do anything that's like better than other people. Kind of, you know what I mean? Like he's just good.
He wins better than other people, though.
That's not. I mean, as a team, yeah, but it's still like it's not. He's always had, for the most part, always had good teams. Like, and now he has like a literally. This I would count this as like I wouldn't say. I mean, it feels like a super team. Like you know what I mean. You literally have Porzingis as your third option, and you have another all-star as your, you know, an all-star, and then somebody who would be an all-star on another team. Like,
yeah, but he's still producing like 30 point, like 27 to 30 point per game seasons, like all NBA seasons. He's doing his thing still on the great team, so you can't take away respect because of that, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just it's not that I take away respect from him. I feel like I just respect other people like more. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, I don't know. I have to respect the resume to the point where if he does win another chip, like there's no reason for me not to put him in that category or not to put him as the face of the league, especially if he wants it and he's showcasing that he is one of those guys because he's been doing it. I feel like we get bored with consistency. Like he's been consistent for his whole career at being a top level player and not really showing the flashiness with it. And we kind of like discredit him for that. Where John Morant's out here pulling guns and having funny quotes. It's like social media type of buzz, you know?
Yeah.
Like he has an aura.
He gets more buzz.
Yeah, he got an aura, bro. Like LaMelo.
I'm telling you, that's all it boils down to. It's just like I don't know what it is about him. I can't tell you like what to. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Because I guess Bron's not boring. He was never really boring.
But man, Bron's been different though too.
Yeah.
That's literally a generational talent. Jason Tatum's not a generational talent. He's just good at basketball and like
yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
What does he excel at? He's just above average at everything.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, that's my point. Like I feel like that we have other people like Luka. Like obviously we have Bron still going at it, but Shay's even looking crazy this year. It's just
LaMelo,
like we have so many people who just seem like when they touch a ball, even like Kyrie, like when they touch a ball, like you're like, oh, this nigga is insane. You know what I mean? Like it's
magic.
Just like it's just like, oh my god. But Tatum, he's like, it's like you're watching like the best level of like Tobias. You know what I mean? Like
exactly. Yeah.
It's not.
I feel
that's a little disrespectful.
Right. He's never in the MVP conversation. He's just like above average. Like he's just a top all-star. He's a superstar talent, but
like,
nobody cares.
The other people. That's what I'm like. Even if he wins chips, it's just like individually, there's still other people who are just as an individual just better. You know what I mean? Or like have such a high level of like a skill, like a certain skill that is just like they're undeniable and what they do. You know,
that's what it is. He's just a boring player, bro. At the end of the day, you're not gonna attract like fans being boring. You gotta like have some spice. Like thing I respect about LaMelo is like his game is different. Like people are attracted to the way that he plays the game. It's like his handle's different. Everything he does is like unique. Jason Tatum is like just a regular basketball superstar player that he doesn't do anything, you know.
He doesn't do anything spectacular. That's what I'm saying. Like he's a spectacular player, but he doesn't do like one thing spectacular.
Exactly. Like, that's what it is. But I mean, if he wins a chip, I gotta give it to him, bro. At the end of the day,
I'm not. That's I don't know. It's how he wins the chip. Like I said, for me, he had to play well. If he averages like
30,
28,
yeah.
If he averages 28, I'll say. Or like if he's a clear leader, clear number one, like he wins them a couple games, or like wins games throughout the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like I said, even if he loses the finals, like if he's balling in the finals and he loses, you know what I mean? Just like something they just get outplayed or whatever. Like I would still give him the overall points and the respect for going out there and balling out. But if he loses another Finals MVP to a teammate, it's almost, it might be a wrap. Like I'm never like that's horrible.
It's funny because
it's worse than Curry because Curry is just better. Like you know what I mean? And it's worse than when it was Curry because Curry was like the Iguodala was like, you know what I mean? Like it was like, and then like you have KD there after that. You know what I mean? So
there's context behind it. You know?
There's context, but this is just like nigga, like
you're the best.
Like you're just literally not like playing the best on your team. So it's like, what can you say?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll see. There's pressure for even winning a championship. There's still pressure.
Yeah.
For him coming into this year. I guess, but
they say what Bron say until you win again. They don't care until you win again.
That's facts.
Like, yeah.
We'll see.
This nigga, I know he's got a fucking L1, dude.
Who did?
You muted, Bess.
He might still be lagging.
I might be talking to somebody else.
Maybe. Well, you can talk about the next thing. Warriors.
All right, never mind. Next.
10-1 in the Jimmy Butler era. Been hooping.
No Kuminga too is crazy.
Huh?
Said no Kuminga too is crazy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm having hope. The way that Stephen Curry's been balling, man, I feel like this team just had a new energy with Jimmy Butler coming into the roster, onto the team, and just like kind of slowing down the game for everybody else. Allow Stephen Curry to get open and rejuvenates everybody as well. Him being that like calm leader so far in this honeymoon stage is a reason why we're definitely winning games. And the way that Steph's been playing, I actually do think we have a chance this year in the playoffs. And nobody wants to see us. That's how I'm coming.
I'm not going that far. I do think in the playoff rankings, I say like fourth. Just like right now.
top
4. Yeah.
The Lakers and Warriors
obviously taking the Lakers. I'm taking OKC, Lakers, and Lakers. And that's it. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's respectable, especially with Kuminga coming back.
Yeah.
Like especially where they were. You know what I mean? From being literally like almost out the plane to
being actually in that conversation.
Comeback season, nigga. Can't lose. All right. So
the streak continues.
Yeah, I think that with Kuminga coming back, they're gonna have it's gonna be another fold to put into the mix. You know what I mean? So they're gonna have to like figure it out. But he's a power forward. He's a good dunk. He's a good slasher. Like he's a good player in general.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, because he's an addition.
I don't think that's gonna be hard to figure out. Like
but
it'll just be an adjustment.
The way that we're playing right now, the chemistry that we're building up, I can agree that the hardest teams will definitely be those three that you said before. Yeah. But at the end of the day, if Jimmy Butler actually activates that playoff Jimmy Butler from a few seasons ago, and we have Steph, I feel like we have a chance right now, especially the veteran leadership and the way that we're playing ball. But Jemski's back; he's actually playing at a great level. Moody as well. So I think there's a chance for the Warriors to actually make some noise in the playoffs. And
I will say that
we're not in the play-in anymore.
I will say that the top four, in my opinion, like has a chance. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
against each other type shit. Like I
Yeah.
think some, you know what I mean? Obviously, I think they're better, but you know what I mean? The better team doesn't always win a series at the end of the day. Like it should, but like, or at least
That's not
going
how it works.
into it, the better team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's always
A team
based
can
on
become a
matchup.
better team in the series type, and then like and end up winning it type shit. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just like, or it can outplay that for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Whether it be coaching, whether it be just someone has like a Jimmy historic fucking run, like you know.
Yeah.
So who knows? I'm taking the Lakers to win it all, but I think that it's gonna be like, I think that it just makes the parity in the NBA at the end of the day makes it more exciting. So
Exactly.
I think
Especially
that,
with
yeah, I was
that.
gonna say like it's the coupling of like the Lakers, because there's now that there's Lakers and Celtics, like the two biggest market teams like at the top, but it's also like it's not just them. You know what I mean? It's not like the Bron and Curry years where it's just the same thing. It's still like there's teams that obviously challenge them. You know what I mean? It's not even like it's a foregone conclusion that we'll see a Lakers Celtics finals like there, or even like the Nuggets, how they were for the last few years. Like
Yeah,
it was almost a foregone conclusion we'd see the Nuggets in the finals. But
exactly.
now
The
it's
West is
like, yeah,
the West
you
is
know,
definitely like random. You don't know who's gonna make it
yeah.
out this year for sure. Whereas in the East, it's either the Cavs or the Celtics if they stay
So
healthy right
yeah,
now.
and
So
they'll play each other in the West Conference. Like if they just went through, they would play each other in the finals, in the West Conference and East Conference finals.
yeah, because they're 1 and 2.
Yeah, so I think that's the reason going to be there.
Yeah, but the West
You know
out
what I
the
mean?
gate, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, the West is going to be, yeah. That's what I love about the West. Like one through like 10 are all like at least like good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they're like a few
Like
games apart too.
yeah,
Because we still have
they're
down there,
decent
we still
teams.
have
Like
Timberwolves and Clippers.
yeah,
Clippers have been struggling, but with Kawhi in the playoffs has always been good. So it's gonna be
I just think,
interesting.
I don't know. The Clippers have good defense, but I don't think they have enough pieces like offensively. I know they got
Yeah,
Dorman coming back eventually, but
yeah, he's been hurt. That's a big piece that they're
yeah.
missing. It's still gonna be
But I
good to
feel
watch them
like
in the series, though. The chess
yeah,
match,
wonder who
depending on
they'll
who they
win,
play.
who they'll play in the play-in if they win, they're playing.
Yeah, they might make it to. They might still be able to make it to the playoffs. They're a couple games out.
Actually, it's possible, but
Yeah,
I
it'll be
don't know.
close.
Like who's, because the Rockets and Grizzlies too.
Yeah, huh?
I don't see
But I
them.
think they're just too young. They're not young, but inexperienced. I'd say.
Yeah, I agree. I
To
mean,
actually
I
make
feel
it
that
out.
way about OKC a bit. Like obviously Shea is their vet, but like he's still young at the end of the day.
No,
So
I
I
think
feel
they're
like,
ready now, though. You can't be. He's not that young, bro. He's like 27, and he's been in
but it's
three.
just him. Like
Yeah, it's
that.
gonna be in
My
the
I
same
just think it's everybody else. It's also like everybody else. Like like us Nuggets, you guys all have like
a ton of
uh
experience here.
ton of it. Yeah, even the role players, like down to the role players, have experience.
But
Like
sometimes there's like that dummy confidence in players like that don't really know the intensity of the playoffs where you just go out there and play free basketball. I feel like the way that
maybe it's
they're coached
possible.
is going to be similar to that play style. But they've already been in the playoffs last year, like with their core players and the core group. So they know what it feels like to lose to a team,
I'm trying to remember.
especially like they lost to Dallas too, which is
Yeah,
funny.
who torched him? I'm trying to remember who that was.
Mr. Doncic
I'm trying to
himself.
figure out who torched him last year.
But
Nah, but I
it's such
think
a
that's
learning
that's
experience.
also a reason I think that we could beat them, is that like I know we're a different team, but it's like we didn't have LeBron and Luca. You know what I mean? Or they didn't have LeBron and Luca. Like
Yeah, but they had Gafford and Lively, which is like game changers
we
size
got
wise.
Jackson Hayes, the legend. we got Jaden McDaniels.
Them getting iHeart and then Chet being another year in of experience is going to be a full factor, a really big factor for them.
Yeah, I do want to see how they end up performing in the playoffs though, because that's playoffs is what is the telltale signs of what I mean, the
Yeah,
strength of a team. So
yeah, it's going to be really good out the gate for
for
playoffs.
first round is gonna be bangers too. I don't think anyone's gonna. Who's first? OKC, and I wonder who's gonna be eighth. I don't even think OKC will sweep. I don't think we'll see any first round sweeps in the
Yeah,
West.
honestly, I don't think so either. We'll see. It depends on the matchup.
Yeah,
It's-
if some like Dookie team squeaks in eighth, like you know what I mean.
mm,
I don't know who's 10th, but
yeah,
It's some doodle team. If the 10th seed sneaks into the 8th spot, then maybe. But
we can talk about Devin Suns. Sadly, Kevin Durant.
he spent 3 seconds on these
It's
niggas.
looking like he's out this year.
Poverty.
Poverty franchise. They look like they're gonna rebuild and send
They
Kevin
got to.
Durant to another team next year.
I
Who
think
do
Book's
you?
gonna ask out, in my opinion.
Nah, there's no way. I think he's there for the
I
long
think he
run.
will eventually. Nah, I
I
think he's gonna
think
be a lifelong son.
I think he'll be there lifelong personally, but yeah,
That's
they're
not the
gonna
era
try
we
to
in no more.
rebuild. Huh?
I said it's not the era we in no more.
We'll see. I think he's built different.
Mexican mob on the way. Him and Luca patched it up already.
This guy. But their plan is to trade KD and get assets to like build around Devin
Yeah.
Booker. So if KD gets traded, where do you want him to go?
The biggest one that I've been seeing is obviously OKC, which should be on crack. I would shoot somebody if that happened. Not even gonna cap. Like I would be actually very upset. But in terms of assets and players, there's no other better team more equipped to trade for Kevin Durant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They literally have more picks than they could possibly use because all the role players that they keep drafting end up being good. You know what I mean? Like Aaron Wiggins is good as hell. Like Isaiah Joe's good. Like you can't just give him away for nothing. Like you can't just waive him. And so yeah, in terms of who can trade for him, but in terms of like where he'd be best at, like one's also over OKC, but honestly don't even know where else. Like the Spurs is one. I saw the Spurs on this list. That would be interesting.
They do have the assets for it. That would be interesting. And 1v and KD.
Yeah.
Funny thing is,
having them both in the same, that's like half the court. They all just go like this. like
not
half the court, like the whole sideline. Like,
yeah, that would be a championship.
That would be a tough team. And he'd be a vet, you know what I mean? He could show them kind of like, professionalism. I mean, De'Aaron Fox is pretty much a vet now, but
yeah, he's a vet at this point. But I do agree with you with OKC being number one. Like if you don't make it to the finals this year, or even even if you don't win a championship this year with OKC and their expectations as a team, you definitely want to trade for Kevin Durant because you have all these picks, all these assets, like stocked up. Like you said, they have a great bench with Aaron Wiggins and players that you can trade for the Suns to have depth. And there's an offer that you can make, an offer that the Suns won't deny. And him, Shea, Williams, and Chet together, and you still have like some of your bench players if you just trade most of your draft capital. That's definitely a championship level team, and him going back to OKC would be like pretty funny, honestly.
It'd be crazy.
Going back,
it'd be like his Cleveland. It'd be like the second Cleveland.
Yeah, you win a chip for OKC and just end your career there. Poetic.
I think that would definitely be that would put them over the top, in my opinion. I don't think they're over the top now, like in terms of like being like a foregone, like they're the best team, but like the reason, honestly, like the reason I see the OKC and I'm not like also hyped is because we've seen so many 60-win first seeds just like get cooked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's rare that the first seed 60. Yeah, it's rare. It's honestly rare that a 60-win team like wins the chip for some reason. Like
Boston did it. You need to have to like you really need a good roster or have a guy that is like superstar talent. I don't think Shea has been tested in playoff atmosphere to the point where like, we know Shea is one of them dudes in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Until we actually see it, and this year is going to tell us a lot about him and the Thunder too. Williams and
that's why I think if they get anything less than conference finals, in my opinion, then I think they immediately like look for a trade. Like
I think if you don't win a chip, you go for.
I think they'll think about it. I think they're like, or like not because they might want to trade so much for KD. They might want to get like you know what I mean?
Because you can only
more marginal trade, but
you can only like make your roster so much better with the draft capital that you have. Like at some point, you're gonna have to trade for somebody.
Yeah,
this is like your roster, So like you're gonna have to trade for somebody to put you over the top. And if Kevin Durant's available by the time of the offseason, then you do what you got to do. You get them, man.
I think Bill really ruined that team, dude. That's so crazy.
Yeah, they just don't have enough to like compete. Anywhere Kevin Durant goes, you have to give up a lot for him. So
literally like a fucking black hole, like on the salary cap.
They traded eight. They
Like-
traded 8 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the fucking black hole in their salary cap. They can't even do anything.
Another team would be the Warriors. Sign and trade Jonathan Kuminga
Oh,
to a max. Trade him. We have draft capital. Shift Pajemski. Get KD, Jimmy Butler, and Stephen Curry. With Draymond Green. He was on Draymond's podcast the other day, so it doesn't seem like there's bad blood between them. He might have a reunion back with the Warriors. If KD comes back, instant chip. Him, Steph, Butler, Green.
brother. Like that's probably everything. That's one of the worst trade packages I've ever seen in my entire life. Like,
but Jonathan Kuminga,
you said Kuminga and pods for Kevin Durant.
Yeah, you give him depth and picks. As long as you sign and trade Jonathan.
Like Nick Harrison only worked for the Mavs, right?
Huh?
He does not also work for the Suns.
What do you mean? You're trying to build a roster of depth to help Devin Booker out. Jonathan Kuminga, if he can showcase that he still has
you definitely need more pieces. I don't know who you guys got, but you definitely have to give up more than that. Like at least because they need they still need players. Like they're short on their roster stinks. Like
Jonathan Kuminga is a good player. Jeffsky, good player. Moody, good player. That's depth right there. Then you get draft picks.
Moody, to be honest.
I think that's another good destination for him. Spurs, like you said, that'd be my top 3.
Yeah, that's a decent top 3. I don't know who else. Yeah, so you talking to us? I'm sort of like.
Nah, because we'd be able to hear him. He's still lagging.
He's unmuted.
Like we can't hear him though.
Yeah, I know.
Damn.
Yeah, like it said you're unmuted, but we still can't hear you. I see you talking, but I wasn't sure if you were saying like if you're talking to us.
Yeah, I can't hear him. Nah, nothing's coming out the mic. Shoot, that was all the topics I had. To be honest.
Hey man.
Man. You gotta do what you gotta do.
50 minutes sound good to me.
Actually, I had a playoff one. Like, what if the playoffs start today? But
hello,
we need more. There you go.
I can hear you.
Now we can hear you.
Yo.
Yeah.
There it is.
You gotta talk like right into it.
Well, I guess my mic wasn't on or something.
Yeah, we see you speaking. I was like, we weren't sure if you were talking like I don't know.
I thought it was still lagging.
Yeah, lagging or something like.
I was at the beginning, like for a while. But
anything to add on these topics? Me and Omari kind of like 2 men.
I was talking about the KD thing. I was saying he already said he didn't want to come back. Like he already said that I don't want to go back to the Warriors. So that's a destination.
His whole reasoning was because he wanted to finish his season out with the Suns, though. After I saw that podcast he did with Draymond Green, it must be some friendship going on to the point where he wants to.
I think now that they got Jimmy, he doesn't want to go anymore because now it's like, oh, you got my replacement already. Like he feels
if he wants a chip, do you think he decides where he goes, or do you think the Suns will just?
Nah, the Suns will do right.
Absolutely, he said that him and the team is gonna figure out a destination that's best for him, which is crazy.
Yeah,
because like, what has he done? To be honest, he's been there 2 years, 1 first round exit. Like, you gonna do him a solid? I mean, I guess.
Hey, man,
it's him being the man.
It's not his fault though. It's not him or Book's fault. It's the fucking. 1, it's Matt Ishbia, and then 2, the roster just stinks.
Bradley Beal.
Yeah, it's Bradley Beal, but it's Matt Ishbia's fault. Can't even blame Bradley Beal. It's Matt Ishbia's fault for even trading for that nigga.
Hey man, they try to make a chip happen. Didn't work.
They try to, you just fly too close to the sun. Like you make a bombshell move for KD as soon as you get into the job.
It's a good trade.
It was a good trade, but it's just
you know
like
how embarrassing you had Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, and all you got is 1 playoff series.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and then you get you get that good thing. You see how good it is, but then you try to do too much, and then you know what I mean. That's what happens. So we try to do too. I guess with the Westbrook shit, we try to do too much. Like,
where do you want to see him go best?
Where do I want to see him go? I mean, if we're being unrealistic, probably like the Thunder or like the Rockets.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I say unrealistic. The Rockets could actually happen. I don't think the Thunder would trade for him though, personally.
Why not?
I know y'all were saying that. I don't think that they would. I just think
I
that
feel
they
like
will
depends
build
on how the
through like
playoffs look.
natural, development of players and stuff like that. So it seems to me.
Yeah,
That
it
could be
depends
the
on how
case.
it
I think if
happens
they
in the
get cooked,
playoffs.
yeah, because they got second rounded right last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they get second rounded again, I think they'll do it. But that's why I gave them like a conference. Like I think if they get to the conference finals,
I think it's
they'll be like, like you know what I mean. Like they won't want to make that big of a move. But if they get like first, I don't see a world to get first rounded. But if they get second rounded, I think that they'll want to make like a decent move.
Yeah. There's going to be some type of pressure to the point where fan base and media is going to force the organization to try to make a move for them to win,
A second round, they'd get killed.
At some point,
from
you
the
got to do
media.
something. Right? You can't just.
I just don't know if it's Kevin Durant. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean, how many Kevin Durants are there that for like an opportunity of that to happen, where it's just freely like that when you have the most assets you have, and then
I feel like they
Shane
would go
is
after like a big or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Kevin Durant solves all your problems, though.
that would be a long and they're already long and tall. That'd be even longer and taller.
No, that's their biggest issue last year was definitely and they got high heart.
Yeah, but that'd be imagine all three of them playing at the same time, and then like Shea and like
That'd be
J-Dub.
crazy. The Spurs one would be pretty hilarious. See happen.
That would be That's what I'm saying. They'd literally be able to like go like this and like block.
No, they got Harrison Barnes, bro.
That's all they need.
Don't worry, call Draymond Green back so you can kick him off the team and then put KD there.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, when it comes to the Warriors, I feel like it would be decent because Jimmy is also like at the end of the day he's a shooting guard. I know he plays small forward now in the modern era, but came into the league shooting guard. So it's just like, he can
I
easily
genuinely
just
don't even think they can
play
do
the
that
two.
anymore.
What?
You never know. I feel like that if Kuminga like plays well at the end of the year,
They just gave Jimmy like 60 mil, bro. Like, what money do they
you
have?
can still sign Kuminga to a max. I'm pretty sure because of he's a rookie. Sign and trade him to a max, and then
Yeah, you can go over the
Suns-
salary, like
Suns pay him.
tax, whatever, and
that's
sign
true.
him.
Yeah,
And then you'd be able to match KD
Suns
pretty
pay
much.
him, and then Pajamski's been hooping recently. You wouldn't be winning games without him, honestly, playing the way that he's been playing. So there's still some
Wanna be
level
AR
of
so
potential
He's a
bad.
good
there.
compliment to Jimmy and Steph.
Yeah,
You want to be AR
I
so
feel like
bad,
you
man.
can build him up so you can trade him to the Suns and get Kevin Durant, and we'll have a big three.
If I'm KD, I'm going out east, bro. Fuck the West, dude. This shit is too packed out here.
He tried that at Brooklyn. It didn't work.
Brooklyn.
What Eastern team would he?
Yo, I'm going to Detroit, bro. Me and Cade, we got a whip out there.
Ooh, come on now.
No, Cade is that guy, bro. Cade is like future
crazy.
MVP.
Yeah,
So
I watched him.
love Cade, yeah.
I watched him yesterday for the Rockets or the
like,
Clippers game.
Oh,
He's him,
man.
bro. The way
He's
that
nice.
he's legit.
I've been hype all year. So when you get a nigga in fantasy, like you just want to watch him.
Yeah.
I've been
The only
hype all
thing I
year.
don't like
this
about
nigga's insane.
Cade Rise this year is that he's like favored to win most improved, and he's the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. This is what he was supposed to be.
Dude,
He's
Norman
averaging
Powell
25.
averaged
He
like
went from
16 points
20 to
last year.
25.
Come on, bro.
Yeah. He's averaging 25 now. So I think it's.
He's improved, but he's the number 1 pick. This is what you're supposed to be this good.
But if you got the jump, you got the jump. Is there somebody else? Like if there's somebody else that had like a crazier jump, then I'd be like,
Norman Powell, bro.
oh
Norman,
yeah.
12
No one
points.
expected that.
Yeah, I would probably take Norman.
I feel like
But I don't know. But there's also superstar power that comes.
Even
with it, too,
Dyson
you know what I mean?
Daniels,
Like,
bro. He turned into like all NBA level defender out of nowhere.
yeah. Dude,
Wasn't
those
he
type of
averaging, like,
guys
a
that
decent
aren't
amount last year,
like first top 3 picks that are expected to do good shouldn't be winning most improved. It's like
I guess so.
Definitely not
But yeah,
top
but-
3, bro.
but-
Number 1 overall is wild. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
it's
John was number 2.
That was crazy.
That's pretty good.
That was crazy because he should have been in MVP talks. That's why that was even worse. He literally
Yeah,
didn't
Desmond Bain should have won it because
They
he
got to
actually
add
was-
like comeback
Desmond
player
Bain should have won it for sure.
of the year or something, for like, oh, he was out last year and didn't play. Okay. He didn't
Exactly.
get better. Like, he was out,
Yeah.
that'd be
I
better.
don't know.
But Kate is a real deal.
Yeah, KD's a real deal. You know what I do want to talk about though? Y'all see Scary Terry?
Oh,
Y'all see the Scary Terry clips?
yeah.
That nigga just
He's doing
I
it
saw
on
the
purpose.
clips of him
like
going crazy on
it's
the
like you're
court.
already getting investigated, bro. Like, like they gotta be like in court, just like, how did
Bro,
you turn this over? Like, you literally
Bro,
just
the
throw
one where
the
he
ball,
breaked
like,
it, they got the offensive rebound, they hand it back, and then he airballs the next one. I'm like, bro, there's no way. How is it worse than the first attempt? Like, bro, what the fuck is he doing?
Bro, how is it? This guy was averaging 20 points on Charlotte. Next thing you know, he comes to Miami,
Literally.
he just falls off a cliff.
I don't know what it is, bro. Like, even on Celtics, bro, he was
All he
nice.
does is score, bro.
He's not good at
Yeah,
that
but he was good
anymore.
at it at least at one point.
Yeah, at one point he was.
This
They
is
like
just
the
hilarious,
Davion
bro,
Mitchell
dude.
types that be locking up, bro. That's why he starts for them and plays 30 minutes.
It's funny.
Yeah,
Heat
I mean, they got
culture.
that crazy conditioning shit. That's probably why Terry Rozier is tired. He probably don't condition properly, or like probably don't take care of his body, and then still has to go condition.
Yeah,
Probably
too
tired
Too
when
many
the games come.
backwards and shit. Like, I don't know what he
Yeah, he's probably tired when the games come. I don't think he's built for Heat culture.
because in
I
Charlotte,
think
he can
personality
do
wise,
whatever you want.
yeah, I
As
think
a
he has
win.
the personality for Heat culture, but not the work ethic. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, they vet him before they come to you,
That's
or
true.
before you trade for him, at least, right? I would think.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. They
He needs
do,
to be a
'cause-
Udonis Haslam, you know, like on the bench, never really play though.
Yeah,
Because he's on
Can't
some
watch it.
Devontae Graham level playing this year, like 30% from
nah,
the
he
field.
really is.
Killian Hayes.
It's bad. It's been bad.
But yeah, that shit had me crying just seeing the clips of this nigga turn the ball over. Dude, I'm like, that's like some of the worst things I've ever seen. Some of the worst shots, yeah. Like the back to back, like breaking to air ball is crazy. Like,
I don't know. Oh, I did have another topic. I forgot. Kevin Love's getting his jersey retired from the Cavs. Wanted to know if you guys think it was legit or not. Or, not legit, but if it's worth it.
yes,
Legit.
I think so.
Kyrie will too.
I mean, yeah, they got
Kyrie's different though.
the first
Kevin Love,
ever
like,
championship.
yeah, but he was the third wheel and he didn't really do much.
Hey, the third wheel still gets respect, especially on a LeBron-led team. You also complete a 3-1 comeback, so that's like the most legendary finals accomplishment of all time right there.
I guess.
So you gave Cleveland the first championship ever, 3-1 comeback. And when they traded for him, you got to realize Kevin Love was the type of dude that was getting 40-20 on a regular basis. So, like, he was that guy when they traded for him. So, you know, and he had to take a back seat. And now, obviously, he's a role player at this age of his career, but, like, he had to sacrifice. He was one of those dudes that he could have stayed on the Timberwolves and put up hella crazy numbers, but
I feel like his impact on the Timberwolves was bigger than it was on the Cavs. And he won't get his jersey retired on the Timberwolves.
He wasn't there for that long.
They win shit.
He was there for a minute. Let's see.
He wasn't there for that long, though. I don't think.
How long do you have to be on the team to get your jersey retired? In your opinion?
They didn't make the playoffs once.
Jersey retirement.
Like,
jersey retirement is literally
time.
all subjective. Like,
it is subjective.
Yeah, it's completely subjective. Whatever they decide, the criteria.
Shoot, they should retire Richard Jefferson's jersey too. Then good role player. Help you win a chip.
He had a couple good dunks. They should just put a picture of his dunks. Like,
let's see. He was on Minnesota for 1, 2.
Hey, some
3,
franchises got different
4,
standards for
5,
retiring jerseys, you know.
6.
Like
Minnesota
Kemba Walker's going to
6.
get his jersey retired with the Hornets.
I don't know.
It depends on what your franchise does.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Now we always bring up the Lakers argument. Not everybody can get your jersey retired as a Laker because of what they've accomplished. And then you go through Toronto. Kawhi did
I think this is
this
what Kevin Love is doing is like across all franchises, though. I don't think it's just the Cavaliers thing because he won the first championship. Like Chris Middleton is going to get his jersey retired probably with the Bucks.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, he was like a mid player. You know,
yeah. 17. I felt like he put in more pain though because he was there from the jump of the rebuild. Kevin Love just jumped on the ship.
Kevin
Love James
stayed through the dark times. He was actually there when they got Garland and Mobley and shit.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, see,
I don't know about Mobley, but definitely Garland
helps him. Yeah, that helps him because
he
was there for a minute, helping the young guys transition to what they are now.
Yeah,
dude, he went through like a whole mental health thing there because they were so dog shit. I remember he like had to check out for a bit or something, and like
he had depression.
Yeah, he barely played.
It's definitely not because of they were so dog shit, but like still, you know, it was probably part of it.
Hey man,
shout out Kevin Love.
Didn't help. Definitely didn't help. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, yeah, I guess that definitely helps him getting his jersey retired, helping the young Bucks, young Bulls.
Yeah, I think he deserves it. It's easier obviously with franchises that have less history.
Yeah.
Let's essentially have like the more liberal they could be and lenient they could be with their choice in jersey retirements. But yeah, like Celtics, Lakers, and stuff. Like you have to be
Like the Hornets
like
finna
the
retire
All-Star
LaMelo
break.
jersey.
100%. They better. They should retire next season.
I heard rumors that he might want out soon because of them
should.
losing, and he actually wants to start winning games.
He should. If he was smart, he
It's been 5
should. But
seasons. It's almost been 5 years. Yeah.
I think they're a match
Yeah.
made in heaven. The Hornets and LaMelo.
The way that he plays,
Like they
yeah.
both don't give a fuck
no,
about
as he gets
winning,
older though, like you're not gonna be able to keep up the same. You know what I mean? Like as you get older, like he's gonna kind of goofy. Like
Yeah.
putting
Plus,
up
you're not getting
the
any
same-
accolades for it too. He didn't become an All-Star this year when he was at.
it'll get
But
old.
I think they both
It'll-
don't care that much, though, is what I'm saying. Like,
And bread, all NBAs come into bread. You know what I mean? Obviously he's set, but like, you know, they still want their contracts. Like all
they can't be
NBAs
this
and
bad though.
All-Stars
This is
playing.
egregious. Like
It's been
15
pretty
wins.
bad,
They
yeah.
got to be at least playing level, you know. Like otherwise, he definitely might request it.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
next
he
year
will.
will be
He should if
year.
he's smart. I think he'll try to go to a big market team and actually try to win something.
next season if he or request a trade next year.
Hey,
Yeah,
him and
some point.
Clippers. That seems like a logical next step after Kawhi. To be honest,
It might not be bad. I don't
I
even know
wouldn't-
what
yeah, I wouldn't be
timetable
mad.
is for the Clippers, honestly.
And what Harden's gonna do because having him in Harden kind of that's actually kind of redundant.
Well, Harden's
Norman
almost
Powell
done.
and
man.
LaMelo,
He's
bro.
36.
That is true.
Got a couple more years left in him.
LaMelo and Norman Powell, that wouldn't be that bad, honestly.
Mhm.
If Norman Powell keeps shooting like this, Big Zoo, get Big Zoo some lobs.
oh, Zoo's actually been really good this year.
Yeah,
I actually
Zoo's been
forgot
good.
about
I mean,
Big Zoo. He's a
machine.
finna beast though.
Okay.
And then Kawhi, and now Kawhi is honestly he needs to retire. I know I
Why?
say it
He's
every
been
year.
playing well. He's been playing
Actually,
better.
no, I'm hating. I'm hating because
Yeah.
Zion's playing well this year too. So
Dude, you see Zion the
for
other day
now,
against the
I'll
Lakers?
take back what I was saying. But
He
yeah,
actually looked
I know
like he
that's what I'm
lost hella
saying.
weight.
Oh my god, dude, that dunk, dude! Like, I actually was like, I couldn't believe what I seen. Like when he dunked on Jameson, dude.
Yeah.
Like that was that's one of the nastiest dunks this year. Like,
Shout out to Zion. We roasted him a lot this
He
year.
actually
but
bullies
he
grown
looks
men.
like
It's
he's losing
actually
weight.
ridiculous.
yeah, we roasted him. That's what I'm saying. I was hating. That's why I had to bring him up because I was like, nah, I'm hating. Like
Yeah,
he,
we gotta show him
I was
praise for
telling him to retire for like 3 years straight. And he's balling right now. He actually got his body in shape. He looks better.
yeah.
He looks
Yeah, we
like
gotta give
he's
him credit for
motivated.
that.
So, hey man, if he can keep it going, I'm all for it. I love Big Gumbo. At the end
They're
of the day, I
definitely
was
gonna get a
just
top
frustrated
pick
because the
next
nigga
year,
wasn't playing.
so we'll see.
That too.
We'll see what they
And
get.
Jonte will come back eventually.
Yeah, he'll be back in the start of next season for sure. It's only an Achilles, so not that bad.
Yeah.
It's bad, but
Hey,
not
Herb
that
Jones too. Don't
Yeah,
forget
it's
about him.
2025. It's all right. He'll be all right.
bad. Murphy's.
They got Herb Murphy. Yeah. So I think that they'll be next year. I mean, the West is just so stacked, but I still think they'll probably
They
be
could be a
like,
playoff team next year if the cards
that's
fall
what I'm
right.
saying. I think I'm thinking like between 5 and 8. I think they'll be in the bottom half, but
Playoff on play in maybe.
I say, yeah,
it
I'm with
depends.
Omari.
You know what I mean?
5-10.
They could have like a resurgence. Like they have talent to have a really good season, like the Grizzlies or Rockets are having now. Like I think
They get like
if
they get
they
Cooper
get
Flag or
rejuvenated
Omari
next
It's
year,
Bailey.
crazy
they
though.
could do
They
well.
really be fumbling their rebuilds. Like they be getting
They
close
do.
and fumbling. I swear.
That's what I'm saying. Like with the talent that they have, they could be the Rockets Grizzlies type, how they are this year.
Next year.
Yeah, next year. If they're like healthy, motivated, you know what I mean, whatever. But
They can
think that's
get
their
Cooper
potential.
Flag or Omari
I like
Bailey.
some of the pickups they made this year too. Like honestly, Eves Missy is a good little center for them. Like they actually found a center. We came into the year saying they didn't have anybody, but he's actually been decent for them. What's they got? Brandon Boston's actually been good filling in for them this year. So there's another bench piece. Like they still find guys somewhere out there. They just can't seem to stay healthy. They can't seem to like be consistent. It might be a coaching issue too. Like I don't know if Willie Green is the answer. I don't know if he's been bad either, but it's definitely a question mark.
Honestly. Yeah, it depends on, I guess, their pick. If they can get another top 2 pick, then they might be set for maybe a playoff push going into next season. But we got to see what the roster looks like and see if
you think that's what they do for sure to get a
Dante
big?
looks like. Huh?
You see, do you think they for sure just go get a big, like wherever they pick they get?
No, they get if they can get a top 2 pick. They get
That's
Cooper.
true.
They can get
Yeah,
Cooper
we get
Flag
it.
or Omari Bailey.
Amari
Those
Bailey?
two are-
I think they need a guard, to be honest.
not
Like shout out to
Bailey, wasn't
DeJounte, but they probably
It's
need
like
another
something else,
guard.
right?
I think you go for
Mhm.
talent.
Well, yeah, if you get a top 1 or 2, like you got to go for just.
Well, yeah, just get the best player, but
yeah. If you get to like the lad, like
Mark
4 or
Bailey.
5. If you get to like 4 through later, then you could pick for position probably. But
it'll be exciting to see what they do.
The NBA, that's why I'm happy with the NBA. I feel like it's getting better and better, and obviously there's going to be an expansion eventually.
Yeah, the product is getting better, but then we have Tyson on First Take, talking basketball, living a simulation.
Hey, man, he was defending LeBron, so
we ain't watching that shit.
No, I just seen that's the only clip I saw was him saying that Stephen A is hating.
He called Leonardo Barbosa the GOAT.
Leandro Barbosa.
Leonardo.
Why?
I don't even know. Probably one of the only basketball players you watched growing up.
I feel like I've seen a
That's
clip
a
where you say something about it.
Warriors legend, bro.
Warriors legend.
Strength some respect numbers on his name.
Yeah.
You know who I'll never forget is Maurice Spates because he had the shit on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the fucking. I don't even know.
No, Festus Ezeli, bro, the OG enforcer.
Oh yeah.
You know he does the halftime shows, right, for the network.
He does.
He's like a halftime show host. Ezeli.
Oh really? He's still around? That's crazy.
Yeah. You got to build off that championship.
In that bag, yeah.
It's backup center.
I remember Jordan Bell, bro. Jordan Bell. I thought he was about to be something in the league.
Eric Pascal. Yeah.
Did we have him for a bit too, Jordan,
bro? He was cooking in those years. Y'all weren't shit. We thought he was about to be the next Draymond or something.
Oh yeah, Jordan.
And we traded him to the Jazz with Donovan Mitchell, and then he out the league after that. He was too big. He didn't know where you could play him.
He's like a big guard. Like
exactly.
Like a
undersized center.
Like, those don't exist anymore. Unless you're Zion. He like literally.
Yeah, it's like literally generational. Any topics, guys, you want to talk about, or?
No, is that everything that y'all had on the agenda?
Yeah,
everything. That was went by everything faster. More, to be honest.
We were just 2 men in. I mean, I thought it'd be more discussion with more people, but just me and you going back and forth.
Good. Yeah, that's what I was saying, dude. I was so glad because, dude, Tuesday, bro, like I deadass was not even. I think I was still waiting for Shane to come out of his meeting. It was 9:00 already.
Damn.
And I was still waiting. I was like, I was glad I texted earlier than as early as I did, even though it wasn't early. But
he's paying you though.
I was like, yeah, I get paid for it.
Well,
and then like generally I just go home, but if I wanted to go stay in there on the meetings and stuff, I could. Like I have before, but I feel like I want to start just so I could but
maybe learn something. Connections too.
Yeah, just being familiar, like familiarity at the end of the day is gonna get you everywhere.
Yeah.
But all right, that's our topic though. Oh.
Yeah, I mean.
But Thursdays, I said all that to say that Thursdays is just easier because even though I'm coming home from work, like that's easier than on Tuesday.
It's fine with me. Yeah, but we're just going back and forth, so it didn't take as long. If we had all 3 of us, I think it would have been a longer episode.
Hey, y'all covered everything. At least when y'all talking about the Thunder, y'all covered everything. Or not the Thunder, the Cavs. That's when I was trying to chime in, but you mentioned everything.
Yeah, we was locked in today. I'm not gonna cap. We was locked into the topics.
Going back and forth.
Had good discussion.
But we'll definitely have everybody next week, so it'll be better discourse. At least you had an hour.
You want to outro us?
What'd you say?
Me or
outro us? Yeah.
Both of you. I couldn't hear both of you.
Yeah, I got us. I gotta reset my fucking internet, man.
We need to hear that last 2 days. You hear that new LeBron track? That's what I should have brought up. That should have been the top of the episode.
LeBron track.
LeBron.
Yeah, and then plays highlights with him.
Oh yeah. The R&B one.
Oh man, that's a banger. Ooh, I heard that this morning when it first dropped, or last night. I forgot when I first heard it.
Dude, I'm still bumping the I'm balling on court like I play for the Clippers.
Yeah, that's the first time I've read that.
Yeah, that's the first time I heard that too. I was crying though.
It's a good intro.
I can't believe I haven't heard that shit, bro. It's all in the Blake Griffin edits.
I gotta look him up.
LeBron James.
I'll send you some.
Till next week. Yeah, send them. I want to see them.
All right,
All
y'all.
right. Appreciate
All right.
everyone who tuned in. Sorry about the technical difficulties on my end, but we'll catch y'all next week. We'll definitely have a better episode. Gabe will be back, and we'll see y'all.
Made it work.
Yeah, facts. So matters.